Nag-live na ta. Hello. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Dog. Good morning, sir. Yeah. Ikaw, that's fair. Ako, Rose Gold. Ako rin yung... Tanan ako gabi-gabi. Nagsumantakan tayo. I mean, gawa sa si Jimmer Sir, pinaikit pa dali sa planning. So, ako nag-end.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Seven. Hello, good morning, everyone. So, today is March 31, 2026. The Bids and Award Committee of the District of Cebu 7th DEO hold this pre-bid conference for 10 infra projects for 2026. We have the following contract IDs: 26HO0028 to 26HO0037. So before we proceed our proper discussion, may I request one of our box secretariat, Engineer Toots, to lead us in prayer. So 26HO0037. So before we proceed our proper discussion, I request one of our box secretariat, Engineer Toots, to lead us in prayer. So 26HO0037. So before we So again, good morning everyone, and and welcome to our pre-bid conference this morning. So, and also, no, good morning to our viewers through our YouTube channel. So today we live stream this pre-bid conference.
So again, good morning everyone.
So
Welcome to our
at this
pre-bid
point,
conference
may
this
I request
morning.
our secretariat to roll call
So,
the attendance. Engineer
and also,
Christine.
no, good morning to our viewers through our
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the 10 proposed contracts with the following contract ID numbers 26HO0028 to 26HO0037. For the attendance for this morning, we have our back chairman, Engineer Alchose Enriquez, back vice chair, Engineer Zepeda Bigudia. For the back regular members, Engineer Jocelyn F. Orculio, Engineer Shara Charissa T. Alegado, and via Zoom, we have Engineer Leandro D. Carpio Jr.
Good morning po sa lahat.
We also have our two provisional members, Engineer Colin Mark R. Salvador, Engineer Jewelry H. Laput, and our back head TWG, Engineer Aljoy F. Orculio. And for the back secretariat members, we have Engineer John Mark F. Tutua, Engineer Jimar M. Caros, and myself, Engineer Christine Ansi Sanyara. We have also our designers from the Planning and Design section, Engineer Edwin T. Nodalo Jr., Engineer Janelle C. Ancot, Engineer Enzo Ortiz, and Engineer Jake Luis Paires, and Engineer Brex Cabintoy. And that's all for the attendance this morning, Mr. Chair.
So thank you, no. So considering all back members are present today, so quorum is present. So with that, as the chairman of the committee, do hereby declare this pre-bid conference call to order. So for our agenda for this pre-bid conference, a brief presentation, explanation by the back on following: basic contract data, concluding contract description, ABC, and duration. Requirements of bidding documents, including instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specification, drawing, bill of quantities, and forms. Documents to be submitted by the bidders. We have the technical proposal and the financial proposal. We also have the criteria procedure of eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award, questions and comments from the bidders and replies of the BAC and other representatives of the procuring entity, and lastly, the other matters. So may I turn over the microphone to our BAC members as well as the planning chief, no, Engineer Shara, to discuss our infra projects.
So thank you, Mr. Chair. For discussion of each and every contract, may I call the assigned designer for the contract 26HO0028. Engineer Briggs, kindly discuss the details of the project, please.
Ma'am. So good morning, everyone. I will be discussing contract ID 26HO0028 under the contract name Organizational Outcome 1, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System Asset Preservation Program, Preventive Maintenance, Secondary Roads, Santander-Barili-Toledo Road, Kilometer 156 plus 263 to Kilometer 156 plus 398, and Kilometer 156 plus 436 to Kilometer 157 plus 900, located at Hinatilan, Cebu, with an ABC amount of 67,185,227 pesos and 21 centavos. So this project is a construction of 1.582 kilometer national road with concreting of 1 meter with PCSP shoulder on both sides. Is under FY 2026 GAAN and has a contract duration of 149 calendar days. That would be all. Thank you.
So next, let's proceed with the contract ID 26HO0029. Engineer Edwin, kindly discuss the details of the project, please.
Good morning, everyone. In behalf of the designer, Engineer Ana, allow me to discuss about contract ID 26HO0029 with a contract name of Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects Alleviating Gaps or SIPAG, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, road construction of Patong-Basak Road, Station 0 plus 786 to Station 0 plus 930 at Barangay Basak and Patong, Badian, Cebu. Its contract location is at Badian, Cebu, with an ABC amount of 28,511,138 pesos and 47 centavos. As to the brief description, it is a road opening of 144 meters, a four-lane road, including a road concreting, cross drainage, line canal, and dimension of 0.9 meter width and 1.2 depth, installation of solar street lights and stone masonry works. And its source of fund is from FY 2026 GAA, and its contract duration is 123 calendar days. And also, sumpay na siya sa katong previous years, Mamar. And I think that would be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Edwin. So let's proceed with the next contract under 26HO0030. Engineer Pat, kindly discuss the details of the project, please.
Good morning, everyone. For the contract ID under 26HO0030, Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating Gaps, SIPAG, access roads and or bridges from the national road leading to major or strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of road, Barangay Panlaan to Barangay Tubod-Bitoon, Station 2 plus 235 to Station 2 plus 345, Dumanjug, Cebu. Contract location is at Dumanjug, Cebu with an ABC amount of 28,013,300 pesos. For the brief description, it is a road opening of a 110-meter four-lane road, including road concreting and stone masonry works. So this is also a continuing project from the previous years, and having a four-lane road and 0.28 meter thickness VCP and 1 meter shoulder width per lane. So this this project has a contract duration of 178 calendar days. I think that's all.
Thank you, Engineer Pat. So let's proceed with the next contract under 26HO0031. Engineer Enzo, kindly discuss the details of this project, please.
Hello, good morning, everyone. So for contract ID 26HO0031 for the contract name of construction of Mangako San Roque Road, Barangay Mangako and Barangay San Roque, Station 0 to Station 613, Hinatilan, Cebu, with the ABC amount of 19,007,087 pesos and 47 cents, with the source of funds from the FY 26 GAA with a contract duration of 101 calendar days. This project is a construction of a PCCP road with a 6.1 meter in width, 0.28 meters in thickness, and it stretches up to 613 in length. Also, it includes a construction of line canal with the dimensions of 0.9 by 1.2 meters with the length stretching up to 873 meters. That would be all.
Thank you, Engineer Enzo. So let's proceed with the next contract under 26HO0032. Engineer Edwin, kindly discuss the details of the project, please.
Good morning once again. So I will discuss about contract ID 26HO0032 with a contract name of Convergence and Special Support Program,
Sustainable Infrastructure Projects Alleviating Gaps, or SIPAG, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings or facilities, road improvement of Tubod-Bitoon Kanghumaod Road, Station 0 to Station 0180, and Station 0280 to Station 0569 at Barangay Tubod-Bitoon, Dumanjug, Cebu. Its contract location is at Dumanjug, Cebu, with an ABC amount of 9,504,031 pesos and 3 cents. And its brief description is a proposed Portland cement concrete pavement with a 280 mm thick, a 3.05 lane width and for 2 lanes, and 6.1 meters a total carriageway width. And its source of fund is from FY 2026 GAA, and its contract duration is 77 calendar days. So the total length of this project is 469 meters of PCCP po, Mamar. And that would be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Edwin. So let's proceed with the next contract under 26HO0033. Engineer J, kindly discuss the details of the project, please.
Thank you so much, Chief. So for the contract ID 26HO0033, contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating Gaps, SIPAG, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public building facilities, construction of Kagsing Anao Road, Station 1 plus 032 to Station 1 plus 307, Barangay Kagsing and Barangay Anao, Hinatilan, Cebu. Contract location is at Hinatilan, Cebu, with an ABC amounting 9,504,035 pesos and 56 centavos. Excuse. Source of fund GAA 2026. Contract duration is 51 calendar days. For brief description of the project is completing of local road with a width of 3.05 meters per lane, 2 lanes, and 280 mm thickness with an open canal both sides. That would be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer J. So let's proceed with the next contract, please. So under 26HO0034, Mr. Mike, kindly discuss the details of the project, please.
Good morning, everyone. For the contract ID 26HO0034, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and or bridges from the national road leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of road, Bugil Road, Barangay Balaan, Barangay Bugil, Station 6 plus 800 to Station 7 plus 7, Moalboal, Cebu. The contract location is in Moalboal. It is amounting to 6,715,170 pesos. Source of fund is GAA 2026, contract duration of 41 calendar days. Brief description of the project: concreting of a 207-meter road section with 6.1 meter wide carriageway and 280 millimeter thickness. That's all. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Mikey. So let's proceed with the next contract under 26HO0035 to be discussed by Engineer Junel. Can you discuss the details of the project, please?
So good morning, everyone. For the contract ID 26HO0035, which is under Trip or Tourism Road Infrastructure Program, Malabago Kalangkang Sandagan, Candiis, Basyao, Susugan, leading to Kawasan Falls Station 0 plus 565 to 0 plus 700, Badian, Cebu. The location is in Barangay Susugan, Badian, Cebu. This is funded by FY 2026 GAA. The major component of this project, this is a 2-lane PCCP with a width of 3.05 meters. The thickness of PCCP is 280 mm thick with a portion of stone masonry. The project length is 135 meters or 0.270 kilometer PCCP and 41 linear meter stone masonry with a height of 2 meters. The ABC of this project is 4,272,796 and 97 centavos. The project duration is 32 calendar days. That would be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Junel. So let's proceed with the next contract under 26HO0036 to be discussed by Engineer Enzo. Kindly discuss the details of the project, please.
Good morning once again. So for 26HO0036 with the contract name of Organizational Outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system asset preservation program, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, secondary road, Santander-Barili Road, from kilometer 169 plus 551 to kilometer 169 to 556. With the ABC amount of 4,886,598 pesos and 0.04 cents, with the source coming from the FY 2026 GAA with a contract duration of 90 calendar days. This is a box culvert double barrel with 14 meters in length, and its width would be 3 meters per barrel, so in total of 6 meters. That would be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Enzo. So let's proceed with the next contract under 26HO0037 to be discussed by Engineer Pat. Can you discuss the details of the project, please?
Good morning once again for the contract ID 26HO0037, having a contract name of Organizational Outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system asset preservation program, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, secondary roads, Santander-Barili-Toledo Road, kilometer 175 plus 496 to kilometer 175 plus 500, located at Barangay Santa Filomena, Alleviating, Cebu, with an ABC amount of 2,803,774 pesos and 99 cents, with the source of funds of FY 2026 GAA and a contract duration of 85 calendar days. The main objectives of this project are to replace the existing reinforced concrete pipe culvert (RCPC), which is no longer hydraulically adequate and may already be deteriorated, and to improve drainage capacity and prevent flooding within the project area. For the details of the detailed work of the project are the proposed structure. There is a proposed RCPC structure, a reinforced concrete box culvert with the following specification: a length 11.05 meters, clear height 2.1 meters, span 3 meters, and a wall or slab thickness of 0.3 meters. This box culvert is designed to accommodate higher discharge compared to the existing RCPC. Also, another scope is the canal improvement works. In addition to the culvert replacement, the project also includes upgrading of the existing drainage canal leading to the RCBC inlet with a total length of 22 meters. This ensures proper transition and efficient flow toward the new structure, having a canal dimensions of width 1.4 meters, height 1.8 meters, and a thickness of 0.15. This section is designed to match the capacity of the RCBC and avoid bottlenecks. This project may be subject to supplemental bulletin due to the effectivity of Department Order number 43, series of 2026, particularly considering the adjustments in construction materials, prices, and equipment rental rates based on prevailing market conditions.
Thank you, Engineer Pat. So thank you, technical engineers from the planning and design section for discussing the details of each and every contract under this pre-bid conference. So may I turn over to you, Mr. Chair?
So thank you to our technical staff of the planning and design section, as well Ma'am Shara. Thank you. So procurement method for this particular set of infra projects we have here the competitive bidding, preliminary examination of bids under section 59 of this RA 12009. The BAC shall check the submitted documents of each bidder against the checklist of required documents to ascertain if they are all present using an discretionary pass or fail criterion. For the evaluation of bids under Section 61 of RA 12009 in post-qualification under Section 63 of RA 12009 for the award criterion, LCRB. So instruction to bidders, the prospective bidders should be registered with an classified by the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board, PCAB, with PCAB license applicable to the type and cost of the cost of this contract. Contractors and applicants who wish to participate in this bidding are encouraged to enroll in the DPWH Civil Works application at DPWH Procurement Service, PRS 5th floor, DPWH Building, Bonifacio Drive, Port Area, Manila, while those already enrolled shall keep their records current and updated. Contractors' eligibility to bid on the project will be determined using DPWH contractor profile eligibility process and subjected for further post-qualification. Information on registration can be obtained from the PRS during working weekdays from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. at DPWH website www.dpwh.gov.ph. Second, the bidding will be conducted through competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as specified in the IRR known as the new Government Procurement Act. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens, sole proprietorship, cooperatives, and partnership or organization with at least 60% interest of outstanding capital stock belonging to the citizens of the Philippines. Third, interested bidders may obtain further information from this office, Cebu 7th DEO, with an address at Recabo Street, Barangay Cogon, Dumanjug, Cebu, and inspect the bidding documents from Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders on March 24, 2026 to April 16, 2026 from the given address and website, and upon payment of the applicable fee of the bidding documents pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the GPPB. The bidding documents may also be downloaded free of charge from the website of the following of the Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System and the website of this procuring entity, provided that the bidder may pay the applicable fee for the bidding documents not later than the submission of their bids. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to the manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are contained in the BDS-ITB clauses 17 to 19. Bids must be duly received by the Bids and Award Committees, Secretariat at the address below for the manual submission, or the electronic bids _Cebu 7 at dpwh.gov.ph for the electronic submission on or before April 16, 2026, 10 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. Bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms in the amount stated in the ITB clause number 16. So bid opening shall be on April 16, 2026 at 10 a.m. immediately after the deadline of the dropping of bids at the second floor conference room, DPWH Cebu 7th District Engineering Office, Recabo Street, Barangay Cogon, Dumanjug, Cebu, and or through YouTube Alive. Bids will be open in the presence of the bidder's representative who chose to attend the activity. The Department of Public Works and Highways, Cebu 7th District Engineering Office reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 70 of RA 12009 without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. So for further information, please refer to our procurement head, Engineer Rosemary Tan, DPWH Cebu 7th District Engineering Office. Also, with an email address procurement.cebu7th@gmail.com Also, you may visit the following websites for the downloading of bidding documents. We have www.tpwh.gov.ph and www.pilgips.gov.ph. For the online submission, electronic bids _ Cebu 7 at tpwh.gov.ph. So to continue to the discussion of the criteria for eligibility and the contents of the technical and financial aspects, may I request our back member provisional, Engineer Jolry, please.
Hello. For the technical requirements, first, the bidder at its option shall submit a bid security in the form and amount as stated in the BDS, which may include the following. First, for the acceptable form, we have first cash or cashier's manager's check issued by a bank with a minimum amount of 2% of the ABC. Second, bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a bank, provided, however, that it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a local bank. If issued by a foreign bank, the minimum amount will be 5% of the ABC. Third, surety bond, callable upon demand, issued by a surety or insurance company, duly certified by the insurance on as authorized to issue such security with a minimum amount of 5% of the ABC. Fourth is bid securing declaration. Eligibility criteria under section 52.4.1 of the IRR of RA 12009. For the procurement of infrastructure projects, the following persons or entities shall be allowed to participate in the bidding for infrastructure project. A duly licensed Filipino citizens or sole proprietorships. B, partnerships duly organized under the laws of the Philippines, and of which at least 60% of the interest belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. C, corporations duly organized under the laws of the Philippines, and of which at least 60% of the outstanding capital stock belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. D, cooperatives duly organized under the law of the Philippines. The following persons or entities shall be allowed to participate in the bidding for infrastructure projects. We have E, person or entities forming themselves into a joint venture, a group of 2 or more persons or entities that intended to be jointly and severally responsible or liable for a particular contract. Provided, however, that in accordance with EO number 65 series of 2018, Filipino ownership or interest of the joint venture concerned shall be at least 60%. Provided further that joint ventures in which Filipino ownership or interest is less than 60% may be eligible where the structures to be built require the application of techniques or technologies which are not adequately possessed by a person or entity meeting the 60% Filipino ownership requirement. Provided furthermore that in the latter case, Filipino ownership or interest shall not be less than 25%. For this purpose, Filipino ownership or interest shall be based on the contributions of each of the members of joint venture as specified in their GVA. Provided finally that the primary purpose of each member of the joint venture must be similar or related to the requirement of the project to be bid out. For foreign bidders, may be eligible to participate in the procurement of infrastructures when provided for under any treaty or international or executive agreement as provided in Section 4 of the Act of this IRR. In accordance with RA number 4566 or the Contractors License Law as amended by RA number 11711 or an act further amending the Republic Act number 4566. The persons or entities enumerated in Section 52 of this IRR may participate in the procurement of infrastructure projects if it has been issued a license by the PCAB to engage or act as a contractor. The bidder must have completed an SLCC that is similar to the procurement project to be bid and whose value adjusted to current prices using the PSA consumer price must be at least 50%
of the ABC to be bid, provided that any change to the 50% requirement may be allowed, subject to further recommendation of the procuring entity, which shall be submitted to the GPPB for consideration, provided further that the contractors under small A and small B categories without similar experience on the procurement project to be bid may be allowed to bid if the cost of such contract is not more than the allowable range of contract cost of the registration based on the guidelines as prescribed by the PCAB. For foreign funded procurement, the GOP of the foreign government or foreign international financing institution may agree on another track record requirement. Moreover, a contract shall be considered similar to the procurement project if it has the same major categories of work. The procuring entity may clarify in the bidding documents what is regarded as major categories of work, guided by the principle of proportionality and fit for purpose approach. The SLCC shall be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor, or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPES, or a similar performance and monitoring system. In the case of contracts with the private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. The computation of a bidder's NFCC must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid, calculated as follows. NFCC equals current assets minus current liabilities times 15, minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portions of the project under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the procurement project to be bid, provided that a different formula may be adopted subject to the recommendation of the procuring entity, which shall be submitted to the GPPB for consideration. The value of the domestic bidder's current asset and current liabilities shall be based on the latest annual AFS submitted to the BIR. For the purpose of computing for the foreign bidder's NFCC, the value of the current assets and current liabilities shall be based on their audited financial statement prepared in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standards. For the technical component envelope, we have Class A documents. First, legal documents, we have A, a valid PhilGEMS registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages, or B, the registration certificate from the Securities and Exchange Commission, Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship, and Cooperative Development Authority for cooperatives, or its equivalent document. And C, mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for the exclusive economic zones or areas. And D, tax clearance per EO number 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. E, statement of the prospective bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and the complexity to the contract to be bid. And F, statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. And G, Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board license, a special pickup license in case of joint ventures, and registration for the type and cost of contract to be bid. H, original copy of bid security. If in the form of surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission, or original copy of the notarized bid securing the declaration. And project requirements shall include the following: organizational chart for the contract to be bid, the list of contractors' personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid, with the complete qualification and experience data, C. List of contractors' major equipments which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be. Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and K. Sworn disclosure of relations and beneficial ownership. And if applicable, original notarized secretary's certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to present the bidder. For the financial documents, we have the prospective bidders' audited financial statements showing, among others, the prospective bidders' total and current assets and liabilities, stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid of submissions, and the prospective bidders' computation of net financial contracting capacity. And if applicable, duly signed venture agreement in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the GVA in the instance the bid is successful. For bids to be submitted electronically online, the following procedures should be observed following DO number 87, series of 2020. First, submission of electronic official receipt of purchase of bidding documents. Prior to the deadline of submission of bids, the prospective bidders shall send an email with subject official receipt for insert contract ID to electronic bids _ Cebu 7th at dpwh.gov.ph. Attached to the said email is the copy of the official receipt of the purchase of the bidding documents in portable document file or PDF format with a file name in the format of PCAB ID _ contract ID _ official receipt.pdf. For example, in the file name of the attached PDF containing the official receipt of the contractor with the pickup ID number 12345 who intends to participate in the bidding of the contract ID number 20Z00123 shall be 12345 _ 20Z00123 _ official receipt.pdf. Further, the email subject would be official receipt for 20Z00123. In case a prospective bidder originally intends to join the bidding as joint venture, referred as original bidder, has been issued an official receipt of purchase of bidding documents and has submitted the electronic official receipt, but eventually decide to join the bidding with new members or as individual contractors, referred as regroup bidder, or vice versa. The regroup bidder should purchase a new bidding document to be issued with the corresponding official receipt in their name and submit the electronic official receipt following the same procedures. The bidder shall submit one original and one copy of the first technical and the second financial components of its bid. And that would be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Jury. So, with that, to those interested, bidders, you can review all the documents, it will be posted in the DPWH website and also the PhilGIB's website. And also, we send our invitation to our the following observers, the COA, the PICE, the Cebu Contractors Association, the Crime and Corruption Watch International, and also the LGU, where these particular projects are located. So that's conclude our pre-bid conference this morning. No, so is there any question? So there's none. So as the authority vested in me, no, as the chairman of this committee, now declare this pre-bid conference adjourned. Thank you and good morning, everyone.